Washington, D.C. housing market just delivered numbers that are going to shock you. July 2025 data is in, and if you're thinking about buying or selling in D.C., this changes everything. I'm breaking down the latest data from the National Association of Realtors, Zillow, Realtor.com, Redfin, and Rocket Mortgage. No fluff, no speculation, just the hard numbers that matter to your wallet. Let's start with interest rates. The average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is sitting at 6.75% as of July 2025, according to Rocket Mortgage and Redfin data. That's up from 6.25% last year, but still well below the 7% peaks we saw in late 2023. For buyers, this means higher monthly payments, but the market is still moving. Now let's dive into Maryland. The average home price in Maryland hit $427,000 last month, up just 2% from July 2024, according to Zillow. Steady growth, but nothing dramatic. But here's where it gets interesting. In Washington, D.C., the median home price in July 2025 was $669,000, up 3.5% year over year, says Redfin. But here's the kicker. Only 120 homes sold in D.C. this July, down 6% from the 1,190 that sold in July 2024. Fewer sales, higher prices, that's the classic low inventory squeeze. When there aren't enough homes to go around, prices go up even when fewer people are buying. What about new construction? According to Realtor.com, 1 to 34 new homes sold in D.C. this July, up 8% from last year. Builders are finally catching up to demand, but popular neighborhoods like Capitol Hill and Petworth are still seeing intense competition. So what's driving all this? Simple economics, more buyers than sellers, steady job growth in the region, and mortgage rates that are high enough to slow some buyers but not kill the market entirely. The million-dollar question: should you wait or jump in now? If you're buying, expect prices to keep climbing, just at a slower pace than we've seen before. If you're selling, low inventory works in your favor, but don't expect bidding wars on every listing. It's all about strategy and timing in 2025. Before you go, drop a comment with your biggest housing market question. Hit that like button and subscribe for more real talk on real estate. Want to know what's happening in your specific zip code? Let me know and I'll cover it in the next update. Stay savvy and I'll see you in the next one. Maryland home buyers just got hit with news that changes everything. July 2025 housing data just dropped, and the numbers will shock you. The average home price in Maryland just hit $425,000. That's a massive 4% jump from last year, but here's what nobody's talking about. Interest rates are crushing buyers at 6.7%. That's the highest we've seen since 2023. But here's the real story. Only 8,300 homes sold in July compared to 9,000 last year. That's a 7% drop in sales volume. Why the drop? Inventory is at historic lows. 12% fewer homes are hitting the market compared to last July. The median price sits at $410,000, up from $393,000 last year. Even luxury markets are seeing steady appreciation. New construction is the bright spot. 1,150 new home sales in July, up 10% from last year. For buyers, yes, rates are high, but reduced competition means you might actually negotiate a better deal. Sellers still have the advantage with strong prices, but homes are taking longer to sell than last year. The key is pricing strategically and being ready to negotiate. The Maryland market isn't crashing, it's evolving. Smart buyers and sellers are adapting. Want hyper-local data for your specific area? Drop your questions in the comments below. Subscribe for weekly market updates, and remember, your next opportunity could be just one click away. Virginia's housing market just hit a shocking turning point that nobody saw coming. Home prices are still climbing, but here's the twist: sales are actually slowing down. According to the National Association of Realtors and Redfin, Virginia's median home price hit $440,000 in July 2025. But if you're looking at Northern Virginia, brace yourself. We're talking $664,000 median, up over 5% from last year. Here's where it gets interesting. Despite rising prices, July 2025 saw only 10,649 closed sales statewide. That's actually down 0.6% compared to July 2024, marking 4 consecutive months of declining sales. But here's the game changer. Active listings exploded by 30.6% statewide, reaching over 23,000 homes for sale. In Northern Virginia alone, inventory shot up 52.7%, giving buyers more options than we've seen in years. Interest rates are still hovering around 7% according to Rocket Mortgage, but the Fed might cut rates this fall. Zillow and Realtor.com data shows homes are staying on the market 28 days on average, up from last year. Bottom line, Virginia is shifting from a seller's market to a more balanced market where buyers have negotiating power. Whether you're buying or selling, the next few months will be critical. Stay informed, stay ahead, and make your move count.
Your ultimate hub for real estate insights, breaking news, entrepreneurial wisdom, investing strategies, and self-development hacks. If you're ready to expand your mind and stay ahead of the game floor, you're in the right place. Subscribe now. Your future self will thank you.